The golf ball dilemma, balancing innovation with tradition. Golf's governing bodies are proposing changes to the rules for golf balls that could have significant implications for professionals and elite amateurs on tours and in tournaments. The proposed change would require golf balls to travel shorter distances, with a maximum distance of 320 yards for a ball struck at a laboratory-controlled swing speed of 127 mph. The concern is that golf balls are travelling ever greater distances each season, which is putting pressure on golf courses, especially those used in professional tournaments. The R&A and USGA believe that if this trend continues, it could undermine the unique challenge and appeal of golf. In this video, we'll explore the proposed changes to the golf ball rules and what impact they could have on the sport. The governing bodies of golf are proposing a change that would affect professionals and elite amateurs on tours and in tournaments, but not everyday golfers. If the proposal is adopted, golf balls will have to travel shorter distances. To be compliant with the new rule, a ball struck at a laboratory-controlled swing speed of 127 mph must not travel more than 320 yards. Manufacturers would be responsible for ensuring their balls comply with the new rule. The proposal includes a model local rule that would create different rules for professionals and top amateurs versus the rest of the golf world, a concept known as bifurcation. Golf's rules and regulations have come under scrutiny because the average drive on the PGA Tour has increased from 285 yards to 299 yards over the past 20 years. Rory McIlroy currently has the longest average drive at 326 yards. The USGA and R&A are concerned about this trend and the impact it could have on golf courses, especially those used in professional tournaments. Augusta, for example, recently lengthened its 13th hole by 35 yards for the 2023 Masters after it became too easy. Martin Slumbers, CEO of the R&A, believes that this is an important issue that needs to be addressed to maintain the unique challenge and appeal of golf. According to Martin Slumbers, hitting distances at the elite level of golf have consistently increased over the past 20, 40 and 60 years. The testing standards for ball distances have not been revisited in 2 decades, and if predictable, continued increases in hitting distances are not addressed soon, it could become a significant issue for the next generation of golfers. Professional golfer Justin Thomas has voiced his opposition to the proposed rule change, expressing his concerns at the Valspar Championship and calling the proposal bad for the game. Thomas is critical of the idea of using a different ball for 2 of the 4 major events and questioned how this could be beneficial for the game of golf. He believes that the proposed rule is only based on the top 1% of golfers and not the majority of golfers who enjoy the sport. Thomas believes that the proposed changes are not in line with the evolution of the sport and that other sports such as basketball and track and field do not alter their rule books as players evolve. He argues that instead of changing the rules, these rules adapt to their athletes. According to Thomas, golf is evolving and players are training to hit the ball further and faster, and the proposed rule change goes against this trend. He believes that players who are able to hit the ball further and faster should be applauded rather than penalised. Titleist, the most commonly used golf ball brand on the tour, has been the most vocal opponent of the proposed rule change, as expected. Acushnet, the company that owns Titleist, released a statement expressing strong criticism of the proposal. The company believes that one of golf's appeals is that everyone plays by the same set of rules with the same equipment, regardless of their skill level. The proposed bifurcation of the rules would divide golf between elite and recreational play, add confusion, and break the linkage that is part of the game's enduring fabric. According to the statement, the proposed rule change would require players to use a substantially shorter golf ball, similar to what was available in the 1990s, in events that adopt the change. The performance changes of any rolled back ball would impact every shot in the round. Players would also be required to adapt to the changes in equipment, with some players potentially being disadvantaged over others by this disruption. The proposal is still open for feedback from stakeholders and manufacturers until August, and it would only impact elite-level competitors. The USGA has confirmed that they will not introduce modified balls at the recreational level for amateurs or elite women players. The feedback from PGA golfer Justin Thomas and Tightliced is certainly worth considering when discussing the proposed changes to golf ball rules. Thomas expressed his strong opposition to the proposed rule change, arguing that it would not be good for the game of golf, especially for the majority of recreational players who would not be affected by the rule. He also argued that golf should adapt to the evolving abilities of players rather than restrict their performance. On the other hand, Tightliced, through its parent company Acushnet, criticised the proposed rule change for creating a diversion between elite and recreational play, adding confusion and disrupting the game's fabric. Tightliced also argued that a rolled back ball would impact every shot in the round, and some players may be disadvantaged over others due to this disruption. It is worth noting that Justin Thomas has a significant endorsement deal with Tightliced, which could potentially influence his view on the matter. However, it is important to consider all perspectives and feedback when making a decision that could have a significant implication for the game of golf. The potential rule change regarding golf ball distance has its pros and cons for fans of the sport. One benefit is that recreational golfers won't have to worry about losing distance in the near future. Additionally, the USGA and R&A may ease or eliminate the initial velocity test, allowing for more innovation in creating a ball better suited for beginners and low club speeds. This could also increase the distance gap between a potential NLR ball and recreational offering, resulting in more distance for weekend golfers in the long term, making the amateur game more like the pro game. Golf fans will also be able to enjoy major championships at St Andrews and other traditional courses, as they will stay a relevant test for the best golfers in the world. However, there are also some negative aspects to consider. Developing a new ball can be costly, and the expenses may be passed on to the everyday golfer through higher prices. Furthermore, it is unlikely that professional golfers like Justin Thomas will pay for the development of the new ball, meaning consumers will bear the brunt of the costs. Additionally, fans may miss the excitement of seeing the best players hit the ball far. Rolling back the distance could take some of that thrill away from the game. Ultimately, while the potential rule change has its advantages and disadvantages, it remains to be seen how it will impact on the sport of golf and its fans. Thank you for watching our video on the proposed changes to the rules for golf balls. As you've learned, these changes could have significant implications for the sport of golf, especially for professionals and elite amateurs on tours and in tournaments. We hope you found this video informative and thought-provoking. If you did, please consider clicking the subscribe button to stay up to date on our latest content. Additionally, we would love to hear your thoughts on this topic, so please leave a comment down below and let us know your opinion. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.